It was a quiet Friday night, and I was home alone. My parents had gone out for dinner, and I had the entire house to myself. I curled up on the couch with a bowl of popcorn, watching a horror movie to pass the time. Ironically, it wasn't the movie that scared me that night. It was what happened afterward. Around 9 p.m., my phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. "Are you home alone?" I froze. My first instinct was to ignore it, thinking it was just someone messing around. But a minute later, another text came through. "I'm closer than you think." My heart raced. I glanced out the window, but the street was empty. I locked all the doors and double-checked the windows. Another message came through. "Check the back door." The back door. I tiptoed to the kitchen, my phone trembling in my hand. The back door was unlocked. I was certain I had locked it earlier. Slowly, I reached for the bolt and locked it. Then, I peered out the window. There was nothing there, just darkness. As I turned to head back to the living room, my phone buzzed again. Too late. I spun around, and that's when I saw it, the reflection of a shadowy figure in the kitchen window standing right behind me. I screamed and bolted for the front door. By the time the police arrived, the house was empty, and no one was found. The next morning, I found a note taped to the back door. "You were fun to watch. I was home alone for the weekend while my parents were out of town." It was late, and I was upstairs in my room scrolling through my phone. The house was quiet except for the occasional creak of the floorboards, something I'd always blamed on the house settling. Around midnight, I decided to head downstairs to grab a snack. As I descended the staircase, I noticed something odd. The living room light was on. I distinctly remembered turning it off earlier. Peeking into the living room, I froze. There was a man sitting on the couch. He was wearing a hoodie, his face obscured by the shadow of the hood. He didn't move, didn't say a word, just sat there, completely still. I didn't know what to do. My phone was upstairs, and I was too afraid to run past him to get to the door. Who are you?" I finally managed to whisper. The man tilted his head slightly but said nothing. I backed away slowly, retreating up the stairs. Once I was back in my room, I locked the door and called the police. They arrived within minutes, but when they searched the house, the man was gone. The front door was still locked. The police asked if anything was missing, but everything was exactly as I'd left it. Then they showed me the security footage from our doorbell camera. No one had entered the house. It was a stormy Friday night, and I was home alone. The rain lashed against the windows, and thunder rumbled in the distance. I was sitting in the living room, trying to focus on a book, when there was a knock at the door. I wasn't expecting anyone. Peering through the peephole, I saw a woman standing on the porch. She looked drenched, her hair plastered to her face. "Can I help you?" I called out, not opening the door. She didn't answer, just stood there, staring at the door with an expression I couldn't read. Her clothes were soaked and she was barefoot. I asked again, louder this time, "Do you need help?" She finally spoke, her voice soft and trembling. "Can I come in? I need to call someone." Something about her felt off. "I'm sorry, but I can't let you in," I said. Her face darkened, and she took a step closer to the door. "Please," she whispered. "It's not safe out here." I was about to tell her I could call someone for her when she suddenly stopped and looked over her shoulder. Her expression turned to pure terror. Without another word, she ran off into the night. The next morning, I saw muddy footprints on the porch leading to the door. But here's the thing, they didn't stop at the door. They continued around the house, to every window. The police found nothing, but later that night, as I was locking up, I saw something that chilled me to my core. On the outside of my bedroom window, scrawled in the condensation, were the words, "You should have let her in."